Hey Buck, apparently we are gay.
You just put that together now?
This isn't just in case you need another reason to love Bucky. So I was looking into kind of like the origins of the Winter Soldier like plotline. Upon doing this research, I found out that apparently, so Bucky in the original comics, as most of you probably know, was, Captain America's sidekick. And it was just like accepted that he died sometime during World War II. But the person who went on to write like the Winter Soldier arc was like, I hate that. And they said, if I ever get to write for Captain America, the first thing I'm going to do is bring Bucky back. So in 2005, Bucky appears as the Winter Soldier. And it's all because this guy was basically like, no, my favorite character's not allowed to die. Fuck that. I'm redoing it. I'm fixing it. I think this is why people love Bucky so much, because basically a fanfic writer wrote him and was like, this is a fix it. Hand him over. I'll treat him better, like how any fanfic writer is. So, people writing fanfic for Marvel right now, don't give up hope. Maybe one day you'll get to write your fix-it fic for Marvel.
Happy 10-year anniversary to the movie that was named after the character that got only 8 minutes of screen time and 13 lines and still stole the show. Bucky Barnes, you are constantly underappreciated by everyone over at Marvel, but fans are obsessed with you. I would die for you. Of all the places in Canada that Deadpool could have been from, it is both absolutely hysterical and totally in character for it to have been fucking Saskatchewan. The most unrealistic thing about that is the fact that he's not still there. Though actually, you know what, now that I'm considering it, it does make sense that he left considering the nature of his job. He would not have been able to get away with that shit because everyone in Saskatchewan somehow knows each other. If he did that job in Saskatchewan, they would have figured him out in like a week, because that would probably have been the most interesting thing to happen there. Peace and love, my stepdad is from Saskatchewan. I think one thing that they missed out on exploring in like the Captain America movies, at least, I don't know if they ever explored it in the comics. If they did, please tell me which ones. Is Steve like adjusting from being a 90-pound asthmatic to Captain America? Because speaking as someone who's 5 feet tall and 115 pounds, there's a lot of things that I have to put every bit of my energy into that someone 6 foot tall and like 200 pounds would have no problem doing. One crazy embarrassing thing is I can't fucking lift a tire. My brother had to rescue me twice when I was 17. Was I 17? Yeah, I was 17. Yeah. When I, had, because I destroyed 2 tires in 1 month. It's long story. The second time it happened, he's like, okay, can you do this? And I tried. But I kind of got stuck at step 1 because I couldn't pick up that fucking tire. I have since figured out how to maneuver a tire, because I later at when I was I 18? No, I was 19. This was a couple months ago. I had to change my summer tires to my winter tires, so my stepdad helped me. So he was like, "You're gonna do this because I'm showing you how to do this," and I was like, "Girl, I'm not strong." That was not a viable excuse. So I figured it out. It's not easy, but I figured it out. But anyway, having that like major shift in your like physical ability, there are certain things it's like you would have to learn how to hold back in certain situations. And this is something that is explored in fanfic, but I feel like isn't explored enough. And one little observation made is the way that he like, in the movie, he starts running and then kind of is off balance when he's running, but that's such a subtle thing that you have to like look really closely for. But I don't know, I just wish there were like scenes of him post serum where it was just him doing shit and then having to learn to use way less energy than he initially like had to in the past, I think it just has like potential to do like funny shit. Like imagine him like closing a door and using the same amount of like force he would have previously, and then it slamming really hard and him just going, whoopsies. I don't know. I'm so fucking tired. Why is it 1:30 a.m.? I need a fucking aspirin in a 3-day. Steve, I need you to get back on Twitter. What? I'm scared. Barnes, what did you see? Yeah, and need I remind you that the PR team took Twitter away from Steve because he kept fighting with Nazis? I still think that's messed up. Why the fuck are there Nazis on Twitter? Barnes, it's a cesspool. And don't get me wrong, I get why you want to argue with them, obviously, but it's not the most productive place. I literally died to protect people from Nazis, and they're just hanging out on fucking Twitter. Language cap? I'm never gonna live that down, am I? Absolutely not. You're just lucky I didn't get it on camera. Also, didn't you die because you were being a drama queen? No, he died because he was pulling an Achilles. What? Wait, does that make me Patroclus? Absolutely. Okay, so Bucky, why are we trying to piss off the PR team? I'm scared. Bucky, you lived through the Depression, fought in World War II, and you were brainwashed and tortured by Nazi scientists for like 70 years. Steve, none of that prepared me for people who want to fuck me as the Winter Soldier. Oh, you found that side of Twitter. Of course I found that side of Twitter. I am the Winter Soldier! I think technology was a mistake. What did you see? Why do people have metal arm kinks? You know what a kink is? Yes, do you want me to go into vivid detail on how I know? No, thank you. That's what I thought. Have you found out about a Megaverse yet? Have I found out about what? That's a no. Oh, Capsicle, why? Why would you remind me? I can never forget. Roos and I really need to work on that brain bleaching thing. I will be your test dummy. I'm missing something here. Be thankful. I'm missing something here. Be thankful. I'm morbidly curious, but for the minimal sanity I have left, I think I need to let it go. That's smart. But, okay, Steve, can you please? Please. Please, just, I need you back on Twitter. Just tell them it's not hot to be a brainwashed assassin. Well, I mean, I don't think that they think it's hot to be a brainwashed assassin. I just think they think you're hot. That's not better. I don't really blame them. What? What? You found me hot? As the Winter Soldier? What the fuck, Steve? Listen, the emotional turmoil wasn't fun, but... like, theoretically, if I didn't know you... I think I need to, like, put you in timeout. Oh my god. Timeout? I didn't know you were into that. Oh, he's not, but it's deserved. Don't tell me you didn't think it was hot that I raided an entire Hydra base on my own and rescued over 200 men. That's different! So you did find that hot. What? This is escalating quickly. I think we should leave.
I guess it's true that some people really gotta fight to survive. And some people are white guys in 1985.
And historians will call them close friends, besties, roommates, colleagues, anything but lovers. History hates lovers, sidekicks, family, good pals, buddies, anything but lovers. History hates lovers.
Okay, I don't even know where to start.
I'm doing great. So, I'm wandering Calgary Expo with the stucky earrings and this tattoo on display, right? Wandering past the Comet creators. Jackson Lansing. Like, I get Jackson Lansing attention with my earrings. He's like, I like your earrings. And I'm like, oh, I also have this. And he's like, if you like Bucky, we're the people for you. Because Jackson Lansing and Colin Kelly. Right, Captain America. And Thunderbolts. So, Jasper's witness to this, as I'm just standing there, and we're just going back and forth in it, like, talking about Bucky and Steve. I will have more to say about this when I've processed it, because I'm like... brain has been, like, stuck on this since it happened. It happened in the afternoon. It is 9 p.m. I did, however, get a video. I asked him some questions about Steve and Bucky, so I'm gonna share the whole video eventually, but I want to share one specific part.
So I think the interesting thing about Stucky as a ship, as a framework to think about the characters is that it speaks to a closeness between these two men. It speaks to an emotional bond that they have. That people, and fanfic is inevitably going to do this, that people want to see explored romantically, that they want to see explored sexually, whatever, that they want to see it explored in different directions.
For sure.
What I find really useful about, as the guys who are writing it canonically, right?
And we are two best friends, it has to be understood.
Yeah, the thing that we do is we try to take those ideas of vulnerable male friendship and bring it into stories that can express that in an emotional way. So, like, we have this beat in Sentinel pretty early on where Bucky and Steve find themselves on either side of this problem, and our whole story is about kind of tearing at their love for each other until they have to sort of come around on it. I'll find this page if it is the end of me. There we go. So we have this page that gets shared a lot, which is the two of them hugging and Steve reminding Bucky that he's never alone. Now, you can read this page in any way that you want, right? But the thing that it means to us, the thing that it has inevitably always meant to us, is the idea that what Bucky and Steve are each other's safe place. They are a place for one another. Steve is always going to accept Bucky where Bucky lives, and Bucky is going to accept Steve where Steve lives.
Even when they're driving, the other guy's driving you absolutely insane, and you do, it literally ends up on different sides of a fight. At the core, there's that fundamental love.
Yes.
And that's where that kind of healthy relationship is, and that's what always brings you back to your best friend, even when he's driving you insane.
Update. Okay. I cannot. I was editing that clip out, and I cannot watch them say that Steve and Bucky are each other's safe places. I can't even say it because it's making me cry. Oh my god, because that's just... They are, though, in that...
Hi. You got the
That speaks to both platonic and romantic and just soulmates in general.
Yeah.
Because that description, literally the first person I thought of was my best friend Max. And I'm like, oh my god. So, I'm doing great. I successfully was able to stop myself from crying around them. The whole time.
Yeah. You did not
and
cry.
I didn't cry.
You didn't cry.
Oh my god, I almost cried multiple times, and now editing that 7-minute video that I took with them, that's what got me. I was having to rewatch to get the specific cut of them saying Steve and Bucky are... I can't say it! I can't say Steve and Bucky are in the safe places because it makes me cry! Oh my god! Yeah. Blob. Alpine in cosplay, as I don't remember which one of them said it, but one of them did. And that's why the whole video cannot be posted right away. And I cannot share all the thoughts, because I'm gonna start crying. Anyway, hope you enjoyed that. More to come from that, because again, 7 minutes of footage of me of them just talking about Steve and Bucky. Just share really quickly. I think I already talked about this, but I found this. And unlike last time where I spent 2 hours trying to find something for Bucky, and only in the last 10 minutes of the con I found that. Found him. Found this. And this. I'm wearing too many necklaces, as always. And I ended up with this. This is funny because this came about because I talked to Jackson Lansing and Colin Kelly, as I've talked about. And I went back the second time when I took that video, and Colin brings this out and was like, I thought you were going to come back, so I wanted to show you this. And I was like, I'm pretty sure I've read this. And then I ended up holding on to it like a lifeline the whole time I was talking to them. And then I almost left without, I almost just left with it. I was not supposed to. So I bought it. Yeah, I wanted to share. Especially I wanted to share this one because this makes me so unreasonably happy. Look at him. You know, when I was told that I should read this comic, it really was the furthest thing from my bingo card that I would read a panel of Steve summoning a woman by having to think mommy really loud. And do you want to talk about socialism, Nick Fury? I'm not gonna lie, that's a disconcerting thing to hear from a robot redacted. What? The dialogue dialogue in these comics is so out of pocket sometimes, and I'm not necessarily surprised. But at the same time, what? This is literally all I've been doing since I got home from Calgary. It's just either reading this or reading fan fiction. And, like, to be completely honest with you, my, like, critical thinking skills right now are simply in another dimension because I'm just so mentally exhausted from the weekend, but this run of the Captain America comics has been a trip so far. I have cried over it once already, which I think is rude, but I'm honestly not surprised about that. It's me, and it's a Marvel comic. But yeah. This is where I'm at right now. Guys, I was reading this comic trying to figure out why it felt familiar. Then I get a text from my best friend and he sent me a reel, and then the next message is just Catradora. That's why it fucking felt familiar. Oh my god. It reminds me of Catradora. It reminds me of Shira and the Princesses of Power and Catra and Adora's whole arc. Oh no. I'm in trouble. I cried 3 times over a YouTube compilation of Catradora. How am I supposed to get through this? I've already made the comparison between Catradora and Stucky before. Oh no. Oh, this is gonna hurt. Oh, this is gonna hurt. This is gonna hurt. It already has hurt me. But it's really gonna hurt. So Bucky, why are we trying to piss off the PR team? I'm scared. Bucky, you lived through the Depression, fought in World War II, and you were brainwashed and tortured by Nazi scientists for like 70 years. Steve, none of that prepared me for people who want to fuck me as the Winter Soldier. Oh, you found that side of Twitter. Of course I found that side of Twitter. I am the Winter Soldier! I think technology was a mistake.
That's what she said. And you know what? What was that? Okay, Jane.
Okay, so Jasper's just back here. What is it? The shirt is actually like several pieces. So in that video, I'm wearing this long sleeve crop top, which was hand-me-down from my best friend because he likes to just give me his old clothes that he doesn't wear if I like them. Right now I'm wearing a turtleneck from Walmart. This is like one of those faux leather vests, but it also has the little stretchy fabric in the back. And this was $10 from Value Village. But I did also alter the hell out of it. For any people who were on my live streams, you were there when I was stabbing myself multiple times while sewing it.
And I tried to teach you.
Yeah. So I altered it to be like super tight around my waist so as to capture Bucky's slutty waist. You know. Have you seen his waist in the Winter Soldier movie? He has the sluttiest of waists.
It's a very slutty waist.
So this is, literally just like a little zip-up vest. And then the little, like, strappy part of it is just like, you can get like cheap little fake harnesses. This one I got like months ago on Amazon. So it just has like, it just buckles here and then has like loops to go around. I put this on backwards. But yeah. Just little loops to go around the legs, which is nice. And then and then it's just yet another piece. Honestly, you could probably get something like this at like Hot Topic or something. Or like even, what's that store? Goss Unite, you probably get something like this. But yeah. This one I had to, it was too big for me, so I had to like thread it through so that I shortened this part because it was like really long, and then it was like all the way down here. And Bucky's is closer up to his chest. This is still not quite where I'd want it to sit, so when I have the time, I'm probably gonna make one that's like fitted better to my measurements and that I just looks more like his. But yeah, so, you know, if you wanted to find something like what I was wearing in that video, well, I don't know that you would be able to get it all as one piece. But you can get several. And then
Alter everything?
yeah. Yeah. I mean, I only really had to alter the vest and this specific harness, but yeah. And so that's where they're from. I hope you are able to create a hot fit from this advice. I don't know.
Oh my god, it's gonna rain. You got any dildos in your nightstand for you? What? You're gonna tell me if your last name was Money, you wouldn't say, "Here comes the money shot"? No. I heard that diners might be like going away. I'll kill myself.
I didn't know that half of the world's blindness could be cured like that. That's what they said.
I'll go one step further. I didn't know that half the world was blind.
Half the world isn't blind, you idiot. I said half of the blindness.
Well, you're gonna have to figure it out, Joey. You and I are gonna have to bang one way or another.
No, we're not. I was just about to agree. I was like, we're gonna have to. We're gonna have to figure it out.
Who call Hell's Kitchen their home will see a brighter day. I thank you, and please enjoy your evening.
I've only had Arlo for a day and a half, but if anything happened to him, I would kill everyone in this room and then...
Word association, go. Holiday.
Boys.
Word association, go. Cedar.
Boys. Word association, ready?
Yes.
First word that comes to mind. More.
Bitch.
Gay.
Me.
People who order shots of vodka are like
13.
whores. Well, those things can't be true at the same time.
Swear to God, avocados.
Dude, speaking of silicone, sorry.
Your turn.
Your turn.